Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Conversation Show, powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is From Servers to Statutes, Arjun's Unconventional Path to Law. We have with us Arjun Asthana, partner, Sharma Advocates and Legal Consultants LLP. A rare blend of analytical thinking and courtroom grit. From coding systems as a computer science graduate to now leading high stakes litigation and arbitration, Arjun's journey is anything but ordinary. His legal practice spans commercial disputes, constitutional matters, arbitration laws, representing industry giants like Vedanta, Tata Power, Bharat Aluminium, with an LLB from prestigious Faculty of Law, Delhi University. Current role as panel counsel for the state of Jharkhand. He has become a trusted voice in energy, infrastructure, and company law. Explore how a former techie evolved into a litigator and how life outside the courtroom shapes his world view. So, welcome Arjun to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you so much, Amit. Thank you so much for the wonderful welcome.
Okay, so let me explain you. There are three rounds: professional, personal, and a rapid fire round. Where you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's your gift, your inspiration, Legal AI 101, which will autograph and send to you.
Okay.
So let's begin. So, friend, I'm Lion Amir Varani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal startups, SMEs with world class technology, software licensing, and tech training solution. So, my first question, Arjun, you started your academic journey in engineering. What inspired you to switch to law and how has the journey been?
Well, after completing my senior secondary, the 12th standard, since I'd taken science as my core subject, so law was not something which was the first option. Although my father wanted me to pursue law along with chartered accountancy, but it somehow got through that I wanted to pursue science, not engineering per se. But science, yes, I was very passionate about it. So after 12, that was one of the only logical standard education mode that you enter into engineering. So I entered into engineering college, and I studied computer science engineering. I completed it. I also got an offer from one of the prestigious Indian IT companies, HCL. But it just happened that when I was during the course of my engineering, uh, so I somehow got a feeling that I wanted to do something. At that point in time, I believe that to do something which will impact the society or will have more ramifications than a person who would be doing an IT job in a company in an office. So that led me to different avenues, UPSC also for a brief period of time. In fact, it was through UPSC only that I convinced my parents that let me also pursue law simultaneously. So, but I started enjoying law as a field wherein you can actually, bring in changes toward the society, actually have something outside the civil society, but still have the power to, bring change in the society. So with all these subjects and all these thought process, I gradually shifted my interest and keen towards law. And luckily, I got through the most prestigious college in the country, and that is how it shaped it. And it has been good and a very good touchwood. And like I have nothing, no regrets at all. It's all good.
Wow, beautiful. Okay, so let's dive deep in conversation, Arjun. So, how do you prepare yourself mentally before appearing in high stakes arguments before the Supreme Court or other tribunals?
Uh, I initially when I started up with the profession, and I was very fortunate that like quite early in my profession I got like good, what in litigation would say, at like meaty matters, good matters which had like good question of law involved. So initially in my career, it was all senior driven. So I was just the briefing counsel. I learned through them, understood like from a lot of seniors, and I have been very fortunate that I have got the support of two bars, I would say, Delhi bar as well as the West Bengal bar, because they have also shaped my career in the initial years and throughout. So I'm very grateful to both the bars. I have two parent bars, I always say, to my juniors and colleagues. So I would say that since I had the exposure as well as the guidance of the seniors, it never took me as like a very stressful thing. But yes, uh, whenever you go to the court, it is always you have that adrenaline rush because you're prepared and everything. So only thing is that in big ticket matters, you'll have to be more meticulous because there are a lot of facts which are involved. Because unlike other small transactions, there is less quantum of paperwork. So meticulousness is the only thing that is required. So an evening before morning, rise up early and do. That is how I mentally prepare. And apart from that, it is no other requirement at all.
Wow. So my next question will be, Arjun, have worked with major players like Tata Power, Vedanta. What are the unique challenges of handling high ticket commercial litigation?
Uh, First is, I would say, case handling is like one of the most unique challenges, because for these big ticket matters you require a team. It is not a one person's job, because there are like thousands and thousands of communications between the parties, which has ultimately led to probably a dispute and arbitration. So for these things, a good team is the most, like one of the most unique challenges. You need appropriate people for appropriate things. One should be good with respect to the paperwork, case handling. Other should be good with respect to the court craft, going with the registry. So a team of 3 to 4 people, including one, office clerk. Clerks are also like one of the backbones of any advocate. So for these big ticket matters, you need to have an efficient team. If you do not have an efficient team, you cannot. You may be able to pass the threshold, but you getting a success, getting favorable orders, that is only possible if you have a good team. Otherwise, it is practically impossible to do that.
Wow. So, which is that one case that taught you something you still carry today?
Uh, I it's very difficult to actually pinpoint one case, because in each and every case there are a lot of things events that is happening every day. If you would ask me, the recent one I would say is the Bhushan Power case. Now, we represented, rather, we challenged the approval of the resolution plan that was filed by JSW, and after a long litigation, starting from NCAT, it like took us from 2018 October we started fighting, and it is only in 2025 we got the final judgment. And the manner in which the judgment was written and the points that have been taken into consideration, the entire litigation. Uh, I think that is something which is very special, because it was something which none of us on this side of the dais were expecting. An order like that, that it will be a complete U-turn. So I would say that something that is something, like it is a years, like it took a lot of years of persistence, and the clients also were favorable and ready to invest themselves for the litigation, which spanned for so long. So that is something which has taught me a lot of things: perseverance, how to manage client handling. Because it was a case wherein all the people who challenged the resolution plan like kept losing in the NCLT before the appellate tribunal, then went up to the Supreme Court. There was no stay per se. The plan was implemented. So a lot of things, like how to handle temperaments, how to take up the matter. The matter took considerable time before the Supreme Court. So it is like an all in all complete, from A to Z, everything is something which I would carry on.
Wow. So, Arjun, how has your leadership style evolved over the years?
Uh, yeah, it has obviously evolved tremendously, I would say. I personally feel as lawyers, we, in terms of management, people management, we are one of not the best ones to be. So uh, it has changed tremendously. I would say with time, it I have also become more disciplined, which might feel that my juniors might feel that I have become a little more strict. But I think at some point in time, it is required in the profession to be a little strict. So earlier it used to be a cooperative work, I would say, in a leadership. Now it has some direction, sense of direction. That is my personal opinion. Obviously my juniors might have to differ on that, but I think now I have a more oriented approach. With experience I have understood that how to utilize my team more efficiently. And what I have understood is that if you efficiently utilize your team well, then you can carry a lot of burden on your shoulders, like that, because your team is there to support you. So it has
Wow.
completely changed it from a cooperative work to a oriented approach. So I would say it has tremendously, herculeously changes.
Wow. So, Arjun, you have also worked with government matters as panel counsel for Jharkhand. So, for viewers out there, what does panel counsel for a state means, and how has the experience journey been?
So panel council is when state government, like in central government or in Delhi or in other states, there are advocates assigned for each tribunal to handle government matters. So since I have a technical tutelage and I have been involved in thermal power plant disputes in initial years of my career, that were also in Jharkhand one of those litigations. So I got through this. Fortunately, being a panel counsel, I duly applied for it, and thereafter got through after giving the necessary interview. So panel counsel, I am before the appellate tribunal for electricity, which is in New Delhi. So it deals with all the disputes that arise between the power purchaser and the distributor. So it is not a consumer electricity matters. These are matters which involve the state electricity regulatory authority and setting up of tariffs, concessions. So disputes like these. Now, in my experience, it is a little different from private litigation because uh, the pressure points in a government litigation and a private litigation are quite different. And the government litigation is more expansive because there are a lot of other angles which you have to consider because you are representing the state. So it is not that you can take a business profitability approach and thereafter convince the court that what I'm doing is correct. You have to take a socialistic approach. You'll have to wear out other constitutional fundamentals also apart from commercial angles, because at the end of the day these authorities are not the ones who are doing their work for profit. So the considerations and the nature of arguments is entirely different. With respect to the commercial aspects, because at the end of the day, my scope with the state of Jharkhand before appellate tribunal is purely a commercial aspect of the electricity transaction that is happening. So at the end of the day, when it comes to commercial calls, it is not as hard pressed as that in a private litigation, I would say. So this is the difference.
Wow. So, what are the evolving trends in energy and infrastructure law that young lawyers should watch out for?
Yes, so energy ESG is something which I would suggest that everybody should look into once, because these are compliances which are affecting international trade. And my advice to all the young lawyers would be that we should now start approaching international avenues. So look up on UAE, look up on Malaysia, look up on Singapore, look up on the Scandinavian countries, the Eastern European countries. There is a lot of construction that is going on, and these are like countries which are, in terms of disputes, we have a lot richer experience in handling tougher disputes which involve complex issues. So my advice would be that these two or the both of these industries, energy infrastructure, these are transnational fields. These are not limited to only one region, and the principles are more or less the same until unless you shift into a civil country. That is entirely different. But the principles in most of these jurisdictions are same. Energy and infrastructure, energy, I said ESG, infrastructure, look east, west, both directions. We have avenues over there, and we should explore that because there are demands for us over there.
Wow. So, what is the biggest myth people have about arbitration or commercial disputes?
Um, Coming from a standpoint of corporates, I would say. the one of the biggest myth now over the past few years has been that what is the use of spending so much money in arbitration and thereafter again fighting it in the court like a regular appeal? So the biggest myth is that even if you get an arbitral award, it will ultimately go to challenge before the High Court or the Commercial Court, and the Commercial Court will thereafter see it like a regular civil suit appeal. And then what is the use of the entire arbitration and the expensive cost and arbitrators that we are, actually spending on? So I would say that this is a myth because now we see every day in Section 34 when you challenge arbitral awards, it's not that easy that you can even get notice issue. The as far as Honorable High Court, Delhi High Court is concerned, or the Bombay High Court is concerned, or the Calcutta High Court is concerned, they are very rigid now. So it is not that every arbitral award will come and thereafter it will be interfered with. The recent judgments of Gayatri Balaswamy also, now the law is quite clear. The modification scope has also been actually straitjacketed that this is the limited scope. So I think this is the biggest one of the biggest myth because of which one the last decade or so every shift has been that like let us move out of the arbitration, let us go into the commercial court only and get it done. So that is one of the biggest myths I personally feel. A strong arbitral award cannot be interfered with even if it is given on wrong consideration. That is the law of the land. So it will always be beneficial. An arbitral award will always be of more help to any corporates as far as corporates is concerned.
Wow. So, what's the one memorable moment with at a High Court, Supreme Court, sorry, your High Court or tribunals?
Sorry, I didn't understood.
My question is, what has been that memorable moment when you were at ये High Court or the different tribunals?
Uh, I would see my initial career started with a lot of arbitration. Thereafter, it shifted to insolvency bankruptcy practice. I was very fortunate that I could, in the initial years of operations of the National Company Law Tribunal, Appellate Law Tribunal, that I got in through. So, uh, I- like, it is very unique that I got the chance to step into a tribunal which was freshly constituted. At that point in time, there were no NCLAT or NCLT rules also, NCLAT rules as far as appellate tribunal rules are concerned. So uh, it actually feels like a home tribunal because I have seen procedure being developed from my own. I am sending letters, communication that has become a norm. So I would say the National Company Law Appellate Tribunal has been like one of the most dearest tribunals to me, and memorable moments has been a lot. I cannot count within my fingers. There have been a lot of memorable events in the High Court, in the Supreme Court, High Court before the commercial benches. Before the Supreme Court, before a lot of benches, before Justice Sanjeev Khanna. It has been a memorable event. Like entire, you cannot just pinpoint and point out a couple of things in it. It's like every day it is something which is fascinating.
So, who has influenced you or has been a mentor in your legal journey?
Uh, I would say that Mr. Siddharth Sharma has been my mentor throughout, like since the initial years of my career, and he has been one of the strongest pillars in my career because right from the beginning, I would say of my career, he has been there in supporting me, both how to manage court craft as well as getting command over the law. So I think the biggest mentor and like the role model I would say is Mr. Siddharth Sharma, obviously, who has uh, given me like deposed immense faith on me in me because I just started off as a fresher and thereafter I ventured into this and started up the daily office of Sharma and Sharma Advocates Legal Consultants. So I would say that if it would not have been for him, then probably I would have been on a different track or tangent altogether. So he has been a very solid figure and mentor in my professional career. Apart from that, there have been a lot of senior advocates who have been really kind and guided me throughout my professional career, both from Delhi as well as Calcutta. Mr. Ratnanko Banerjee, Mr. Joy Shah from Calcutta. Like from they have taught me a lot of things which otherwise it would have been very difficult. And the practice, the idea, the thought process of both the bars, Delhi as well as West Bengal, is quite different. So I got a very rich experience of technical as well as analytical, both those temperaments. So I've been really grateful to all the senior advocates who I have engaged with, who have tolerated me, listened to my queries, and responded to them.
Wow. So let's go to next round and understand Arjun as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years, Arjun.
So, um, my parents and my elder brother. My elder brother is 5 years older than me, so uh, he. So after like a certain point in time, we were actually like buddies. We did everything together, uh, good, bad, ugly, everything going around, like partying, everything. And my parents, my mother is a housewife. My father was a financial consultant. Now he's retired. So uh, my if I would say like formative years is I was more into sports. I was not a very studious student. Uh, Frankly, I first time entered into a library when I was in my law college. I did not even enter the library before that. I was not into reading or anything, more into outdoor activities. I played cricket for the zonal level. For the engineering college, also, I played cricket, other sports, table tennis, swimming. So I have always been a more into sports rather than academics.
Wow. So carrying the conversation during research, we came across rifle shooting is also your another passion. So how
Yes,
did you get into rifle shooting and how is your journey been?
it was actually not planned or anything. I when I was studying engineering, I just stumbled upon an institute and like it was a rifle shooting academy. So back then, I think it was in 2011, 2010, 2011 that I just ventured out and just went inside. And my name is Arjun, so I told them, "Ki Arjun, naam hai rifle do. I'll just try." So वहाँ पे the dean who was there, her name was Kunti. Like Kunti is also a reference from Bharata.
Mahabharat.
So she keenly gave me like, ठीक है, you take these 10 pellets, practice. See, let us see.
Mhm.
So I tried it and like I really enjoyed it.
Wow.
So the dean told me that you come again tomorrow, practice for a couple of days and see how it goes. So I practiced for like 15 days or something. There was training in the morning, then you practice, then training, then practice. So I did that for 15 days, and she thought that I was fit to go for district level in Uttar Pradesh. So I went in the Noida district level. I cleared it fortunately. So she was also very happy. So she told me that once district done, then you go to the zone. So I went to Ghaziabad for the zonals. Zonals also I
Wow.
got through. Then I was told that you should go to Varanasi for the state level. So I then went to
Mhm.
Varanasi for the state level. Fortunately, I cleared that as well. So
Wow.
I was there till the pre-nationals, but in between, my engineering college did not give me attendance. So I got
Oh.
back into subjects. So my career in rifle shooting got a big jolt over there, and I then decided let us get back to study. So I did not
Mhm.
thereafter professionally played it, but yes, even sometimes, like in once 2 or 3 months, I go to Dr. Karni Singh Shooting Academy and I
Wow.
practice it for an hour or so, just like for fun, nothing else.
So if someone wants to get into rifle shooting, so what advice would you give,
There
especially
are
lawyers? Because I have seen lawyers have that creative interest things. So I asked if I lawyers should be encouraged to like this one lawyer is there where I've done coffee. His name is Shubhan Malhotra and he organizes pickle a ball अपना ये league tournaments.
yes. So I now fortunately there are a lot of institutes which have opened up for rifle shooting as far as Delhi is
So
concerned.
sorry, let me I want to divide in two parts. For
Okay.
lawyers, what advice would you give? And for non-lawyers, they want to get into rifle shooting. But lawyers का time का वो रहता ही है. नॉन लॉयर्स के
Actually,
लिए यू वांट टू स्टार्ट जो फ्रॉम कॉलेज डिड लाइक हाउ यू डिड सो कैसा स्टार्ट करके जाना है
I would suggest, in if you are in college.
So one moment. It's given in two parts, huh?
Yes.
First, take up whichever you want section and then go to the next section.
Okay. So first is
Because
for
your
the
advice will be valuable because you have gone to pre-nationals.
So for the lawyers, as far as if they are in college right now, then I would suggest start up early, because these institutes would allow you starting up early. And frankly, it is only 2.5 hours training per day. So 7 to 9 is something which I think, and like while we are in the law college, I think that is the time which we can afford to spend on that. So you can take it up 2 hours 3 times a week. That is more than enough, because for the rest of it your body also needs to acclimatize. You are carrying a 17 kg rifle, plus you are wearing a entire uniform coat which is also very heavy in order to make you stable. So 3 days a week you do it, probably on a weekend you can do it. So getting this for 2 3 months, I would say it will get you to a level wherein you can start professionally playing in small organizations or something like that. There are a lot of events that are now happening. And
Mhm.
for a practicing advocate, I would suggest that this is one of the best things that you can do on a weekend, on a Sunday afternoon, rather than lazing around at home. So, so I think 1.5 hours, it is like pure bliss. You will thoroughly enjoy it, and there are a lot of things you can imagine while you are doing that rifle shooting. So it will be a, a lot of a good experience.
Like
And
अपना वो तेहरान का राइफल शूटर
yes,
धन
yes,
धन धन
yes, in the
करके he
Olympics,
won the
yes,
award.
correct,
हाँ, उसको प्रैक्टिस करके that precision जाए.
correct,
Then
and it is
then
not
अपना ये without the gears and everything and he won it. But that
correct.
is practice
Correct. And it is not a
experience.
very strenuous sport also, like a football or
Yeah,
something wherein you'll have to, spend a lot of energy.
it's
So
more focus.
yes. And like for non-lawyers, I feel that it is equally the same. There is actually no difference between today's world, every professional is working on the same scale. So it is not that only a lawyer is working overnight. Everybody is working the same. As I've seen all the corporate people, everybody is working at the same space, same pace,
Hmm.
everyone.
Wow. So which is that hobby or interest which helps you to unwind and recharge?
It has also changed over the years. Like initially it used to be like going into the wild mountains, wildlife. I used to do wildlife photography until 2014-15 as well. So I really used to find solace and peace over there. Over a period of time, like now I've started also enjoying beach. As initially it used to feel like like I don't know, emotionally or mentally it feel like a lot of energy would be drained on a beach. But like over the years I have started to really enjoy beach also. So my unwinding is only traveling to one place or the other. That is the only way how I can unwind.
Wow. So what are your travel plans for 2025?
I just came back from Bali and Gili Island. Uh,
Mhm.
so it is like in a year I only take two vacations like these. So one is June and the other one is December. So I prefer that June because it is the longer time for the vacation. So I
Yeah.
go somewhere
Yeah.
abroad. And December, like I see some wildlife sanctuary. Last year I went to Ranthambore. So that
Wow.
is how I see.
So what are your, that's good. So apna, if your friends were to describe you in three words, what would it be?
My friends, that is something. My friends would like obviously describe me as an oxymoron. That is for sure. Uh, Apart from that, my friends would describe me probably as somebody who always commits but never comes up. And I think when I am there with like any room, then like it is like we all my friends, as far as friends are concerned, like we have a good time. So like it's always a good time when I am around with them.
Wow. Beautiful. Okay. So my last two questions, the reflective one. What are your, sorry. Plans for 2025 personally and professionally.
Uh, Professionally, I I think for all the advocates who are there is the same, that we get more good matters, meaty matters, could get the opportunity to argue, present good cases. That is a professional thing which I think will keep continuing. Uh, Personally, 2025, I think I have now started giving a little more concern about my health. So this year is also something about my health, personal health, well-being, physically as well as mentally. So I think personally that front I have to catch up.
Wow. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Arjun in one line.
Describe that this is
That was from
describe
your friend's point. Now this is from your point of view.
my point of view.
Yes.
I would describe myself as a dependable person. Like dependable person, and like a person to whom whosoever would come would get the right advice, or at least would be eased after talking to me.
Beautiful. So let's put you in the hot seat, the rapid fire round. Your go-to comfort food,
Go to comfort food, butter chicken,
your favorite color,
black and white,
early morning or late nights,
late nights,
Delhi winters or monsoons in Jharkhand.
Delhi winters any day.
Okay, your dream travel place,
Dream travel place Alaska.
best piece of advice received,
Sorry,
best piece of advice received.
best piece of advice received is not directly but indirectly from late Mr. Ramjet Malani, that as a lawyer you should never judge. You are only there to represent your case.
Beautiful. A mantra you live by.
Karma, karma, good karma.
Wow. Tea or coffee to recharge.
Coffee.
That's great.
Yes, yes, coffee only.
Good. So you did well, and here's your book, which will be sent to you with my
Thank,
autograph.
thank you
So,
so much.
friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Arjun Asthana, who from computer science engineering now is transitioned into law and his partner at Sharma Sharma. So, follow your calling and follow your hobbies, creative pursuits, interest. So, this is what a coffee speaker brings to the table. And if you want to be a panel at state government, so Arjun has shared how you become a panel at the state government. So all those young legal professionals a, a venture into become a panel for state governments. That is also what do you say exciting work because you're dealing with a lot of important people, bureaucracy, handling to going to court, so many things. So, if you want to be featured like Arjun, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or LinkedIn page, the Emerging India Forum, or connect with one of coffee speakers who would invite you to a team to have conversation or a cup of coffee. So, take care. We meet tomorrow with another coffee speaker. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kamil.